let's go try on some wedding dresses. So I got engaged at the end of March. It's now the beginning of June. It's June 8th, so I think it's finally time to go wedding dress shopping. I'm a little under a year till my wedding. Last week marked a year, so I gotta get this dress. So we're going to be doing basically a trial on myself. I will be doing multiple trials here on my channel of me trying out different bridal makeup on myself. I will be doing my own bridal makeup. After being in the bridal industry for 8 years, I feel like I'm pretty good at what I do, and I'm finally going to put all of my tips and tricks for bridal makeup to the test on my own face rather than someone else's. So it's all about long-lasting makeup, layering. With bridal makeup, it's so important to layer thin layers. That's what's gonna give you the best results in photos and also longevity. So we're gonna test out a look on myself today. I don't really know what I'm gonna come up with, but we will see. My appointment is until 2. It's currently 8:30, so I'm going to have this makeup on for a long time because I do want to see how it wears throughout the day. Part of this will be a voiceover just because I have limited time because I have somewhere to be. So yeah, some of it may be talking, some of it may be voiceover. But if you want to see the look I come up with, then just keep watching. So to prime my face, I'm just going to use the Hard Candy hydrating primer, the gripping primer. This is basically like the Milk Hydro Grip. I really hope I stay in focus. I just have to share real quick a text I just got from my dad. My dad is so cute and so sweet. He just randomly texted me, "Good luck today and embrace your afternoon. Love you and I'm excited for you." It just like made me more excited to go dress shopping, like, and I do want to really embrace today because it's a special moment. It's kind of like a once in a lifetime thing, you know? I'm going with my mom and my grandma, so I'm excited. We're gonna go in with the Matte Putty Primer as well. This is just gonna be focused on pores. I don't know if I will actually prime the day of my wedding unless I find a bomb primer. To be honest, I feel like as long as you do a good job with your skincare, you don't really need primer, but today I'm going to be extra and we are going to apply primer. Next, we're going to be going in with the Makeup Forever HD Skin. I've actually never used this foundation. It's like the new one. I heard it's supposed to be really good, so we're going to be using shade Y330, 2Y330, yeah. And I guess we will see. I don't know how it's going to work on my oily skin, but I hear it's a really nice foundation, so I'm going to give it a shot. This is going to be a little bit orange, I can tell, but we will balance it out with concealer. I'm going to just start off with this much and then we will see if I need more.
Baby, I've been going nowhere lately. It's time to start all over and go for it. 'Cause they don't even know me yet. But that's something I don't regret. Every night I close my eyes and see only love into dreams, baby. What can I do when a million things are running through? Million things I can't undo.
So far, I feel like this is looking pretty good on the skin. Yeah, it looks really nice. It looks like I honestly don't have much on, which is, I feel like, always a good thing when it comes to foundation. Okay, next we're going to color correct. I'm just going to use the LA Girl Pro Conceal in Pink Corrector. This is going to brighten, actually more than color correct, because I really want a nice bright under eyes. So I'm just going to take some on my finger, rub it together, like so, and then I'm just gonna go underneath my eye with this product. So I mentioned before, but layering with your bridal makeup is key. I feel like that's what gives you that flawless look in photos. It also helps with the longevity of your makeup. Doing just a light layer of foundation, powder blush, and powder bronzer, and a little bit of concealer is not gonna do it for bridal makeup. Even when I do natural brides, I still cream contour and use cream blush to layer. Because as those first layers on your skin start to break down, you're gonna want those other layers underneath. That way you still look like you have makeup on. Also, when you do layered makeup, some of those underneath layers will come out in flash photography. So in flash photography, powder blush and powder bronzer usually isn't enough. So you want those cream layers underneath. That way you don't look washed out. So I'm just going in with a concealer, the Too Faced Born This Way concealer in Almond. And then I'm just gonna use a flat brush, and I'm going to press that concealer into the skin and highlight the face and kind of spread the product out a little bit. We're just gonna go in with cream contour, which we're gonna be using the RCMA cream foundation in Shinto. I don't know Roman numerals, so I will put it on the screen. RCMA foundations are great. The cream foundations and their liquid. The liquid is my go-to in my bridal makeup kit, but the creams are super high in pigment, which I love. So a little bit goes a very long way. I'm just gonna start blending this out. I'm just using the Benefit Play Tint in shade Pink Lemonade as my cream blush. Okay, now it is time to set. I'm going to be using two different powders. I'm going to be using the Danessa Myricks Evolution powder. This is a very finely milled translucent powder. And then for underneath my eyes, I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Halo Glow setting powder in pink. I think it's Pink Glow or Pink Translucent. This is going to give me a nice bright under eye. And then we'll be going in with another powder underneath the eye as well. Some powder, I'm going to actually put some on a puff, dab it into the back of my hand, and then press the powder into the skin. I find that this gives a much more airbrush finish rather than using a brush. It literally takes away any pores or anything like that. Before I set underneath my eyes, I just go in, blend everything out, and then I will go in with the powder. I'm just going to go in with a little bit of powder and go right underneath my contour. So while the bake is sitting, we're going to go in with the MAC Studio Fix powder in NC50, and this is just going to go in my contoured areas. Now I'm going to use the Revlon Ravishing Rose blush. This is so stunning, you guys. If you need a new blush, this is it. And it's from the drugstore, so you can't beat that. And I do go pretty ham with the blush, I'm not gonna lie. I just feel like blush is one of those things that you just can never have enough of, in my opinion. So don't forget to hit the nose with it as well to give the nose a little bit of color. And I do bring it up my temples. Love it. So pretty. Alright, so we're almost done with the face, but I like a really bright under eye. I think, I don't know, that's just me. Not everyone likes that, and that's fine. But a product that I've discovered lately that gives you the ultimate bright under eye, also adds some coverage. I suffer from really dark circles underneath my eyes, is the e.l.f. Camo Powder. This is in shade Fair 120N. It is a super fair powder. And you just take a little bit of this and you're gonna press this underneath your eye. And it just instantly brightens underneath there. Do you see that? I feel like it definitely makes a big difference. I'm just gonna go back in with my blush brush. Now I'm going to spray a setting spray. I'm using the Benefit Professional Super Setter. And I'm just gonna go in with a little bit of highlight using MAC Oh Darling Highlight. Okay, skin is done. Now we are moving on to eyes. So we are going to prep and prime my eyes using the Juvia's Place eye primers. Okay, so I'm just gonna take shade 1 and 2 and just mix them together. I, of course, have no time. Fuck. Oh no, okay. Oh gosh, all right. This is not good. Okay. One thing about these eye primers is you have to mix them. They get separated really easy, which is kind of weird. I do like them, I just don't like that they separate. Alright guys, so for the next portion of this video I am going to have to do a voiceover just because I really need to focus and get this makeup done because I have somewhere to be. But I will be showing every product that I use and of course explaining what I'm doing, so yeah. So first things first, I'm obviously priming my eyes. Again, I am using the Juvia's Place eye primer. And I mix shade 1 and 2 together and I just apply that all over to really even out my lid and prep it for the eyeshadow. Primer is super important, and if you are a bride, I recommend using an actual eye primer rather than a concealer on your wedding day. The primer is just going to allow for the eyeshadows to stick a lot better, blend a lot better, and also is going to allow the eyeshadows to stay on a lot longer than a traditional concealer will. I know it's easy for us to just throw on some concealer on our lids, but a primer is a primer for a reason. It, is meant to make the eyeshadows more vibrant and long lasting. So for a wedding day where you're going to have your makeup on for 12 plus hours, I recommend an actual primer over concealer. I'm just using MAC NC50 Studio Fix powder to buff that into my crease, just so I have a nice transition shade. And then I go in with the Viseart Matte 01 palette. That is such a beautiful palette. If you are a bride and you're doing your own makeup, I definitely recommend getting this palette. But also if you are a makeup artist, it is an amazing palette to carry in your kit. So definitely check it out. I'm just layering some of the brown shades and building up that depth in the crease.
I'm just taking a fluffy brush and what was left of the eye primer on the back of my hands, and I'm just pressing that on the inner area of my lid. This is just going to create a tacky base for when I put on my lid shade. If you just go in directly with the lid shade, the eyeshadow, whatever you're using on your lid, it may not stick as well. So I like to just put a little bit of extra primer down before I put on my lid shade, which I would just use the lightest matte shade from the Viseart palettes, and I just pack that all over. It's kind of like a bright white, but once like we blend and add everything else, I feel like it does kind of tone itself down a little bit, but it does brighten up your eyes a lot, and I think it's really pretty for a bridal look. I just took like a white pearl eyeshadow. This one was from the brand Stylazi, but like MAC Nylon will give the same effect, or even like a face highlighter that you have that's a kind of like a brighter pearl shade. I just put that in the inner corner just to brighten up the eyes and open them up a little bit. And then we're going to go in with our liner. I decided to do this is my version of a less dramatic wing. I kind of kept it like a little skinnier, but I do love a wing on my eye, and I feel like I definitely think I want one for my wedding day. I like the way it shapes my eyes. So I'm using the Benefits, I think it's like the Precision Extreme Liner or something like that. I will list it down below. I can't think of the exact name, but this has quickly become my favorite liner. It is just so easy to work with because it's like a marker basically. The tip is super fine, very, very dark and black, and it does dry down to a matte finish. I don't typically like eyeliners that are like in a marker form or like a felt tip form because I feel like they dry out, but this one is not quite a felt tip. It's a little bit different. So it does not dry out, it does not skip on your eye, tug on your eye. It is very easy to use, so definitely highly recommend, and it's also waterproof. I did go in with a little bit of a dark brown shadow, mixed it with a little bit of black just to smoke that liner just a little bit. I like doing this step especially when I'm in a rush because I feel like I can be a little bit more messy with my wing liner. It doesn't have to be perfect because we're gonna smoke it out anyway. But yeah, I just added a tiny bit of brown, and you can see it just kind of, it adds like a little bit of sultriness to the look. I'm just curling my lashes and applying mascara. I'm using the Maybelline Sensational Lash, and I did apply lashes, which I don't think I catch on camera, but I use the Friends Beauty Wispie lashes. They're basically like the Ardell Wispies, but I think they're prettier in my opinion and cheaper. I am still suffering with allergic reaction to eyelashes. But the Wispies are good because they are very thin band, so they don't bother my eyes as much. I just applied MAC Costa Riche liner, which is a dark warm brown, and then I'm just smoking that out with a little bit of brown shadow. I feel like this complements my eyes a lot. But yeah, you can see I added the lashes, and it just brings everything together. Now I'm going in with lips. I'm using the Dose of Colors lip liner in Truffle. This is basically like your lip color but better type of color for me. It doesn't add a ton of definition, but I can overline with it a little bit without it being too noticeable. But I do like a little bit of a brown liner, so I did also go in, of course now I can't remember, I think it was NYX New Truffle or NYX. No, I'm sorry. It was MAC Cork. I think that's what I was using. MAC Cork, which is one of my go-tos. And I just went over the Dose of Colors lip liner with that. I use MAC Blankety lipstick, which is definitely one of my all-time favorite colors. It's just such a pretty like pinky nude shade. And then I use Buxom plumping lip gloss in White Russian, which is such a staple in my kit, in my collection. It's one of those products I will always repurchase because it's just such a great nude gloss. And that is it for the look.
Hey you guys, so I'm back from where I had to go earlier. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry, it was like a little rushed. I promise I will be doing other more in-depth trials myself. I will say though, I do love a matte eye for our bride. Like, I feel like I'll probably end up going with a matte eye, but I don't know. I also want to try a look with shimmer. I also want to try a look that has more purpley mauve tones. I want to try a couple different looks, but I am happy with the way this came out. I just wish I had like a little bit more time to like really perfect it. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'm gonna go try on some wedding dresses. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.